And we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. We're off to a late start this morning with my lights not looking so bright, but it's okay. We're going to get through the morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to Eat Good TV. Shout out to Keegan's Kitchen. Shout out to just everybody tuning in this morning. Big up on yourself and thank you for being here. If you're up this morning and you're tuned into the live, then more than likely you're up, you're in good health, right? You're out to get it this morning, or you might have the day off, you're laying in and these kind of things, but you have a lot to give thanks for. So, with that said, we're thankful, and here we are this morning. I have a whole heap of things to talk about this morning. Shout out to the people who tuned into the live yesterday. That live was fire. That live was uplifting, spiritually uplifting, especially for me. It was an up vibes, you know what I'm saying? An up vibe, a celebratory vibe. And it was one of those kind of affairs. So shout out to the people who tuned in yesterday. We had over 1,000 and something people on there. Very, very festive. And we enjoyed it. It was a surprise live. And the comment section was open. So pretty much anybody could comment. This morning, it's closed again. It's back to only the specials. Only the people who have their membership are able to comment this morning. But there are people tuning in same way. So big up to those tuning in, and more big up to the people them who are here, right here in green. See? Rosemary King says, rising SouFlo and everyone, bless up. Have a lay in and listening from my bed. See what I say? And some of us are boots on the ground already running. Some people are on the train right now with this in their headphones and on them cell phone. The world has changed so much. One time gone, for those of us who are coming from the eras of a beeper, remember beeper? You had to 911 in your beeper for say emergency and them thing that we didn't have none of these things. So SouFlo on the go this morning and all these things. On the fine Kaitai Dry Empress yet? A lot of people were concerned about our sister because they hadn't seen her on the live. Let me see. Bro Shaka, Kaitai Dry, blessed love. So Bro Shaka is shouting out Kaitai Dry Empress. Is she here? She show up. Present, Miss Kaitai Dry Empress. I can't see her in the green. I'm hoping she's here. Or if not, I'm hoping she's all right. Soon scroll back to the top and big up everybody and ting. But what we have on the table this morning, yes, she's here. Purple Royal says, yes, she's here. All right, Vicky Victory, big up yourself. Kaitai Dry Empress, a lot of people were concerned about you. And they were talking up a storm. Where is she? I hope she's okay. Haven't seen her in a minute and these kind of things. So we're hoping that you're okay, my friend. All right. Just give me a wink and another make you know so you're doing all right. Jail is in the building. Oh, Kaitai Joy is in the building, DR says. Here, teacher. Right there, so. See that? All right. Present. Right there. Here, teacher. All right, so listen what we have this morning. Listen. So Lisa Hanna has decided to quit representational politics. However, there's a whole whirlwind of stuff surrounding Lisa Hanna going into politics and getting out of politics. We're going to get into all that. But we're going to get more into some gossipy stuff this morning. Some of the man going like, in the gossip too. So, Flo, you chat too much money and I people and business. You love the mix up in. Yes, I do. Sometimes I do. I must admit, I'm only human. You know. So we're going to be talking this morning about her past husband and her now husband and age difference and all these things. Was she chasing the bag? I don't know. I don't care. But it sounds like good conversation. Anyhow, and there's talk that she was forced out. Could be. Or maybe she's jumping ship because she sees the ship sinking. We'll get into all that. See? Remember, I said JLP, RPNP, so it doesn't really matter to me. None of them has done what they're supposed to do for Jamaica. So we're stuck in limbo in the same place that we've been going back and forth, bouncing like ping pong ball between two players, and that's about it. The UIC is out there. And you can tune into the UIC platform, learn their agenda, and also support that platform if you are someone who is hoping for change, for better, for different. Or if you're one of them, me a die out this and me a die out that, and you're gonna continue the same song sing, go down the road of sufferation and hand it over to generations to come, then so be it. Lisa Hanna forced out of politics. Beres Hammond. Beres Hammond is coming to a city near you. For those of you who live in the United States of America, Beres just kicked off his US tour. He just kicked off his US tour, so we're going to talk about the name of the tour, what the tour entails, and all these other things, right? If you've never seen Mr. Beres Hammond live, you owe it to yourself. I mean, the G is not the youngest anymore. Still wish him long life and prosperity. He's one of the strongest I've seen. We'll talk about all that in a minute. So we'll talk about Lisa Hanna forced out of politics, Beres Hammond, his show, his US tour kicks off. Dalton Harris. And remember, Dalton Harris won the Xfactor, the UK Xfactor. I believe it was 2018, right? Dalton Harris is now a dad. He's a father, right? A congratulatory thingy is in order for him, becoming a father to a child. We're going to talk about if the child is male or female, and then all the other stuff surrounding Dalton as well. Just take a look for me. I was watching a video. Oh, that's why my head not good sometimes. I was watching a video when somebody did a video and there was like, this is how black females be talking when they get their nails done and they have attitude and the nail long and you hear the nail like click, click, clap, 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 clap. You know, so they're like clap, 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 clap. No face on the video, just the hand with the nails. Up, stop. This is what I'm saying. I got this one go like this. I don't know why that dropping right now. But anyhow, Dalton Harris is now the father of a baby. We're going to talk about that. And the Javelin world champion, Anderson Peters, the one who get beat up and thrown overboard. I don't know if y'all know it, but when he got thrown overboard, he was badly beaten up. They said he went to the hospital for minor injuries. He had to be rescued from that water. I don't know if I swim him couldn't swim, or it's because the blows had affected him so badly at that moment that, you know, lick him on them short ribs and them thing there, and then he couldn't stroke to come out the water. I don't know, but he had to be rescued from the water. The update to that now, we're going to talk about that as well. Bro Shaka said, Bro Shaka, early that morning, relax, bro. I was asking the same thing. You know, like, you're just saying out loud what I was thinking. No hot tea this morning. Couldn't get to it. Like apple juice in the cup. Getting a little sugary high or something. I feel like I need it. All right, where do we start? I'm going to scroll back to the top of this comment section. I'm going to big up at least 10 people, and then we're going to get right into what we want to talk about. Choose what you want to talk about first. I will tell you this. The Lisa Hanna piece is probably the longest piece this morning. It's going to take up the most time. So it has at least a 10-minute read, which you're going to have to bear with me through. And I promise you, if you bear with me through that 10-minute read, then we're going to get more festive into the more festive things and all that. But it is festive itself. All right. So let's talk about June O'Brien, first one in the building this morning. Big up yourself, family. Thank you for being here. Richie Shiva right there. Thank you for being here. Great goodies is here this morning. Maxine Good as Gold in the building, up front and center. Audrey Wright is here. D-Mac is in the building. Rosalind Smichael is here this morning. Soji 819. King Biggs, morning from Ochi. He's in a King Biggs man from Ochi, brother. See? I was just watching a video about, I get into these moments where I just feel like I have to go. Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah, wait too long now. Come, book ticket, go. And I was watching videos from Jamaica yesterday, more on real estate though, and places that are available for sale. Good God, I saw some houses, but these were upper end houses, like $2.5 million US, and these things. If you see what you get for $2.5 million in Jamaica, I admit the price was out of my price range because I can't afford no 2.5 million US dollar house. I'm not rich like that. However, it would be well worth it because a house like that in the US it's an easy 10 mil, 15 mil US dollars house, 2.5 million Jamaica, and the things that came with it. I mean, the detail of the construction. And in Jamaica, they don't build like some paper wall house that you can punch through. They build houses that stand. You know, so is block and steel, and the construction with them wrapping the wood and the carving and the intricate. I want to be rich in Jamaica. Yeah, I want to be wealthy rich in Jamaica. I'm not talking about spiritually rich. I work on them things that I want to be financially wealthy in Jamaica. That's all. From Ochi. In the meantime, though, I just act like me rich and go and enjoy life same way because, you know, you never know. All right. Maxine Good as Gold, Audrey Wright, D-Mac, Rosalind Michael, Soji 819, King Biggs again from Ochi. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica, Kerr's in the building. Wayne Nathan is here. Janet Stewart's here. Stacey Ann Williams is here. Denzel Gale is in the building this morning. Says, have a blessed week to you and the family. To you as well, my friend. Lessa Stevens is in the building. Senior Sexy there. Bro Shaka there. Jane Anders is here. Prillis 123 is here. Sharon Spence is here. Candice on the Beat is here. Bro Shaka always festive. Like, he said some off the wall things. Anyways, Guava 876 in the building this morning. BM is here. SDs is here. Wait. Wanna stop. Somebody tell me what the name of this is. Give me 1 second. I go to my mother's yard yesterday. I'm gonna get this. All right. What me saying now? My mommy place plant up, you know. What is this? When last have you had this? Do you know what this is? Do you know what this fruit is? I did start pick pan it already. I haven't eaten it yet. She's probably seeing this and saying, why not eat this something already before I spoil? What is this? Do you know what this is? Look on it good. All right. I'm going to see the names in the comment section. All right. Grand Rising, Rosemary King, Kai Tai Jai Empress is in the building. The only person that make me speak Cantonese. Kai Tai Jai. Kai Tai Jai Empress. Up. All is well. And thanks for all your concerns. First day of school. Mines are off to school. They went off to school last week. This is their second week of school. Glad to them gone back, you see. Who knows. Hey, listen. I bought 5 gallons of juice. 5 gallons of juice, you know. Apple juice and fruit juice. Bought 5 gallons of juice. I don't give my kids sodas and artificial flavored juices and stuff. So I bought 5 gallons of juice. I bought them Friday evening. Saturday, roll around. Sunday, and by Sunday, there was none. So you know how that go already, right? And my sympathy goes out to the people who are struggling financially, and you have a bag of picnic where you have to deal with as well. I have 2 teenagers who right now we're trying to do shoe shopping. One is playing basketball, one is playing football, right? Both of them have some big foot. So you have one where I wear size 12 and a half in his sports shoes, 12 regular size in shoes, and the next one will wear size 15. See, no cheap shoes now out there for these feet. These kind of feet, you're looking at a minimum of $100 just for some regular schmegler sneakers. I honestly went on like eBay and stuff. I mean, I do them like what my mother would have do me. My mother would have pick out. She didn't give me a choice. She picked up what she could afford, and you just had to rock with it and roll with it. Me used to draw a Nike sign on the side of my Ikes because my Ikes them, was the Nike knockoff. But you know, and I was good at art, so I used to take a permanent marker and pen and draw my Ike sign. Only thing is, me used to afraid for walking at the rain because I never want rain soil the thing up and it don't look good no more and them something there. I was trying to do that with my boys yesterday, and they just kept looking at each other and laughing. I mean, a bust out laugh. What are those? Dad, what's that? What? No, what is that? Seriously, what are those? I'm like, oh man. Oh, y'all not finding? I'm not finding this funny. Me start get serious enough. I'm like, I'm not finding this funny. I'm not finding this. You guys need to pick some shoes. Just pick the shoes so I can pay for the shoes and we can get over with this, man. I don't know them to pick the shoes yet because none of the shoes them that I picked is any of the shoes that what them want. See? So I'm gonna find them. I look now, and where they're looking at, the first shoe I looked at, they said $199. Hear me now. Anybody that's not a straight A student in here, if you're not an honor roll student, if you're not one of the top of your class and you're not shining on that football field or that basketball court, I don't think you deserve no $199 shoes. I'm just saying, I don't think you're getting that unless you get to that level. You know what I said? Draw me a draw card, you know. Because when we start multiply how much each one wants 2 pairs. That's it. And I start to multiply 4 pairs of shoes times $199 a pair at a minimum. I'm starting to look like I don't even have shoes that cost that much. You know, so it's painful. So big up to the people who out there who's in that boat and the boat are rock. Don't fall overboard. You'll be all right. All right. All right. So with that said, we're not going to do no more big up this morning. Bro Shaka say him adapt the baby, right? We're going to go right into the show this morning. So talk to me. Sweet sop, sugar apple, somebody call it. Prillis 123 must not be from, or maybe she's from Jamaica, but she's from a different side. I don't know. Sweet sop. This is sweet sop. A sweet sop, me know it as, right? Me's a Clarendon boy. A sweet sop, me know it as. I found out that in Jamaica, though, different parts of Jamaica have different slangs for things, which is quite natural because in the US, different states have different accents and they have different slangs for different things. They even eat the same things, but them cook it different. Like if you head over to Georgia, you'll find some different cooking than what's going on in Florida. If you go way up north, you'll find way different culture than if you come down south. So the same thing in Jamaica, you go way on one side, totally different name for things, totally different way of speaking, totally different way of dressing. That's a totally different culture. That's why Jamaica is so beautiful too. I would love to do a 14 parish tour and make a video vlog, take something significant from each parish, like go through the history, speak to some people that are significant within that parish and all these things. But me not lie, out there with an expensive camera and all these things, I feel like me have to go get security and duck gun money, man. And at the end of the day, because some of them people is like, you can't film around here, so let's say you have to pay me, you know. And I mean, how many people am I going to pay before I could get a video? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think it's doable still. I think it's doable. Sugar apple. First me hear that one. Star apple. We have rose apple. We have star apple. We never hear it called sugar apple yet. Right? Never hear it called sugar apple yet. Sweet sop. We have sour sop and we have sweet sop. These are the sweet sop. And it kind of look like a sour sop, except for these pieces come off. See, in our pieces. And sweet sour sop, you already know outside of sour sop is just juki, but it's one skin. Don't? Sugar apple. All right. Sugar apple must be from like Trinidad or something. I don't know. Sweet sop. No, this is not Bro Shaka. Stop it, nice. You hear Bro Shaka about this is the OTT apple. No, it's not. The OTT apple is red. Well, green when it's green, but red when it's red if you name it. Yes, I live in Grenada. See? I told you, different Caribbean, say different names. We eat the same things, we sauce it and spice it different. I see somebody from Guyana. I think it's Guyana. I see somebody do an oxtail soup. Is Guyana or Grenada? No, Barbados. Barbados do an oxtail soup. I'm not saying, I never think about that before. Oxtail soup. You know, I love oxtail. Them do an oxtail soup, my friend. So I have to go think about that now. Red pea soup, but an oxtail them use do it. So anyhow, but before we go talk about food and reminisce with your belly in the early morning and everybody get hungry and ready for dinner when it's breakfast time, let's not do it. Let's get into our topics this morning. I had it. It's delicious. Yes, Lulu Ridges. Very delicious. And it has a sweet taste. Oh, no, gonna make me eat the something. I'm not eating it. I'll put it over here for now. But I'm sure. And you know, says years I haven't tasted it. And I went to my mom's yesterday. Of course, my queen, she called and she's like, yo, me have some food for you. Say less. I'm over there quick fast. You know, plus me bring our grandchildren them, like she see them and these things. And she brought, let me see, she made chicken foot soup just a couple of days ago. Kai's in here talking about, is that grandma's soup? Is that grandma's soup? Kai eats chicken foot and I'm not afraid of the foot. He and Milani, the only two of my children that actually don't care how it look. My other kids, them, they're like, those, those are chicken fingers. Those look like human hands, baby hands. I don't want any. And that's how they are with the chicken foot soup. But not Kai. He like it and everything that's in it. The potato, the carrot, you know, chocho, everything that's in there, him like it. Me couldn't eat chocho when me did liquor. Chocho going in my mouth. But my grandmother used to make me eat it. So, yeah. And Milani, she does eat everything. She not partial. Her food is not part. I think because our mother used to yum everything when she was pregnant with her, she just eat everything. And she really does eat everything. All when it's spicy, it's burning my mouth. Call me pepper it. And she's just like, I start doing a little dance. So she's like, dancing. So you like it, mommy? Yeah, and she's coming back for more. Good thing. Can't manage enough for my foot. Royal. It don't look right on the plate. It don't look too righteous. It's like them people that were afraid of fish head. They're like, oh, it's the eyes. Why don't put that on the plate though? I love going to Jamaican stores. I heard somebody say, I love going to Jamaican restaurants or Caribbean restaurants, but they be like, you ever got fish from them? Like they got the whole fish. I'm watching the video. I'm like, okay, that's how me want my fish. Give me the whole fish. Me know it's a fish. Look, I'm talking about like the head. The eyes be looking at you like this. Bro, I can't do it. Like, what? When me done suck out all the eye out of the fish head, I'm like, who does that? I know I do. But suck out the eye out of the fish head. I even chew on the eye because they have one little hard thing in there. I don't know why, but that's just how me come up, and I guess it's a cultural thing. Africans do it too. So you see, we're not too far from our roots. Not true? Are we and them alone? Are we and them alone do it? Everybody else is like, what's that? I asked for fish. Couldn't you fillet? Y'all don't fillet it? Like, y'all don't like cut off that. And it got the spiky things on the back still in the fins. Why y'all do that? Y'all just catch the fish and just throw in the oil, huh? That's how y'all. No, man. We season with fish properly. We fix it up good and all these things. Sometimes we cut off those things. Sometimes we don't. That's how it goes. But I promise you, it tastes good. Even the head tastes good. Not true? Air bro shock about am I gonna leave the sucking to SouFLo? Yeah, the suck out all the eye out of the fish. Why? Here, Jamaican people know. I'm gonna leave the sucking to SouFLo. Yeah, man. I'm gonna act like me don't know here. And me one. Me alone in the wilderness. It's me alone do it. All right, brother. What we'll start out with this morning. The Lisa Hanna thing, we're starting out with Beres Hammond, we're starting out with Dalton Harris being a father, or the javelin thrower that got beaten and thrown overboard. Me da pa my own soldier. Start with the elephant in the room. Which one is the elephant in the room? Lisa or Dalton? I'm gonna see the icon for this video, right? And that's because I did a story when that story broke. And as I was looking up pictures to use this morning, and that pop up. So I was like, oh, yeah. And I even forgot about that. So we're going to get into all that. Dalton and his baby. Them are the elephant in our room. Somebody said Lisa Hanna. Beer Dalton, may I say one more Lisa again. Dalton, Lisa. Dalton, Lisa. Dalton, Beer Dalton. So we're going to go with Dalton Harris first and get it out the way, okay? Not going to depend it too long. Lisa I drop in late, man. Every time them drop a Lisa, Dalton come there again. If I don't eat the whole fish, I don't enjoy the fish. And that may I tell you, from the rooter to the tutor, from the snout to the whole light. All right. So we're gonna go with Lisa first. Dalton first. Sorry. Bro Shaka said Dalton adopt the baby. All right. So Xfactor winner, Dalton Harris. And remember when he win Xfactor? Remember how it was a big deal? Yes, everybody get on there and support this Jamaican guy that's singing. He's been singing for years and he can actually win this. And then sad story breaking at the middle of it. How Dalton mother man beat him up and scar up him ears them, because we were wondering like how him ears them look so I want to him ears and thing. Only other people I know with ears like that are people that do mixed martial arts, because when the constant rubbing of the ear, it gets a condition that's called cauliflower ears. So Dalton ears, they look away, and that alone did draw people to him. Like, what's wrong with his ears? Why do they look like that? I know he's not a fighter, like a UFC fighter or something. But anyhow, his sad upbringing and long story, and his road to success then. Or it was a riveting story, to say the least. And then in the middle, like in fine Jamaican style, in the middle of the whole Xfactor thing, as it was going down, his mom came out to the media and she now was trying to defend herself, and that took off like a whirlwind storm in the middle of all that. So it was one big something for those of y'all who missed it. I'm just jogging some memories. See, fast forward today, we're gonna talk about something, it's some pansexual thing where it go on when we did cover back in that. But fast forward to today. So Xfactor winner Dalton Harris shared an update to his Instagram page on Sunday when he announced that he was the father of a daughter. Honestly, I used to follow Dalton on Instagram. I stopped following him. There were like certain posts when we did sip on there. If something made my spirit feel a certain kind of way, I just unfollow and just keep going. I don't leave negative comments on people's stuff like try to tear them down or nothing. I just, just bounce ahead, keep going, and just cut that off. Because I don't want to keep on, I see the same thing, and people are argue over it in the comment section in my feed as I wake up in the morning and stuff. So anyhow, he's announced that he is the father of a daughter. So he just had a daughter. Well, he just got a daughter, because my man him can't have a daughter. I'm trying to focus on being a great father to my daughter, he said, a supportive friend, a brother, a son, and building a better relationship with myself. This is his message he let out, right? He also addressed rumors that he has been dropped from his record label, which is unnamed in the post. Whoever he was signed to before, people were putting rumors out there or saying that he's not selling any records, he's not doing nothing musically. He's not going anywhere after the Xfactor. It's just like that was it for him, right? So the record company now has dropped him because they're not making back their investment, what they put into him. But people talk already and don't really know the intricate details of other people's business. One of them situation there. He said this though, I am no longer with a label, but I will remain independent as long as I feel it is right. I will not release music to chase momentum or popularity. And no, I am not dropped. So please do not turn this into something it isn't. You beautiful YouTube blog folks. Good vibes to you as well, is what he said. We're going to leave it at that. Relationships end. Contractual relationships have an end date. Sometimes the end date is pretty near. And some people go into a 10-year contract. Some people go into a 360 deal, which is their whole life. And some people go into a 2-year contract and stuff. We don't know the details of his stuff. He's just saying that it's not what people are saying. It's not that he wasn't putting out music and he's not producing enough hits. So them fling him off at the label, because that's how Jamaicans are saying it. Yeah. He's saying that's not it. Now, when he won the Xfactor in 2018, he landed a record deal with Simon Cowell's record label called Psycho Music. Since 2011, it's believed that winners of the competition receive an initial advance of $150,000 for their first album. Sorry, 150,000 pounds for their first album. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Nothing we have never seen and will never see one lump sum of 150,000 pounds. If they continue to impress, then the advance raises to 237,000 pounds for a second record. So this is the first record. First record, this is the details of the contract he was in. First record you put out, or album rather, you will get 150,000 pounds upfront cash advance. If that one does well, then the record company will come in for another one. On the second one, you'll be raised to 237,000 pounds for a second record. Acts can expect around 315,000 pounds on the third album and something in the region of 400,000 pounds on the fourth album. All these payments are made upfront in one lump sum payment, right? Providing that you perform to the standard that they are expecting you to perform to. Because nobody now give you money like this just to give you money like this. This is a business. And if they're not making money off you, they're not cutting checks like this for you. Everybody know that, don't? All right. Harris recording The Power of Love, Girl Like You, and Cry. They all peaked at number 10 on the iTunes charts, and he received over 100 songs. He recorded, rather, over 100 songs. But the pandemic caused the industry to shut down, so there was no touring going on. There was little movement going on all across the globe. Everybody was affected. And Simon Cowell's record label suffered a loss before shutting its doors. So it wasn't him. The record label is defunct. The record label suffered a hit during the pandemic and could not keep its head afloat. They saw it wise to close business. Now, these record companies, especially someone like Simon Cowell, you best believe that insurance money is there to back up all their losses and all these things, right? They have good lawyers on board. And Dalton probably is doing financially okay because he probably got a severance package on his way out the door. They're not just going to close down and just leave him out in the blue in the middle of a contract like that, right? So I probably get him little money and he's chilling. The Xfactor, that's why he can say, I'm not in a hurry to put out music, and I'm not going to put out music just to chase the crowd and, be popular and follow a trend and all these other things. The Xfactor show last aired in 2018 when Harris was crowned the winner. However, the international competition was not his first talent show win. At the age of 16, he did win Digicel Rising Star in 2012. That was in Jamaica, though. Following this victory, he went on and he released 3 albums prior to his appearance on the Xfactor. 3 albums, and nobody in Jamaica really, some people did know about him, but majority of us didn't know about him. Like me, I was one of them. I knew nothing about him until the Xfactor. So with that said, when he won the Xfactor, all the Jamaicans came out the woodworks, and the talk was that everybody knew that he was hitting switches. He was on both sides of the fence from back then, from in Jamaica, and that's one of the reasons why they didn't really push him to the forefront of the music, because, Jamaican talk already. Boy, we see the fishing I youth, Yeah, I'm kind of fishy and things still, so boy, I want to work with him and, these kind of things. And that was a talk that it was because of his sexuality, why in Jamaica, he wasn't getting billed for any big performances. He was never put on any big stage. Come on. You win Digicel Rising Star, right? And nobody now book you for perform nowhere or do nothing big, no big collaboration, no nothing. I mean, that's pretty telling. But as soon as England say, and y'all remember also, the backlash was harsh because during the Xfactor, Dalton had a picture where he was sitting on the lap of a Caucasian dude. He was sitting on the lap of a Caucasian dude. And the dude is our next one of the competitors in the competition. But the body language told a lot, because you know a man wrap them hand around your waist when and you have your hand over Fim hand when you're sitting on his lap, and you know, and Dalton was like, hey, this is just for pictures. And I understand that in Jamaica it's no go, no, but I'm in the UK, and to these people it's nothing. I was literally trying to sit by myself and them just draw me in, you know, and we fall like that and the picture just get tech like that. It's a fun moment. Please don't make it into something that it wasn't. All along people were like, yeah, right, yeah, right, you over son now, so you can do what you want to do now, as far as so and so concerned. He fought it for a long time. He didn't want to say it for a long time. Bounty Killer said, me take back my support with the hammer. Not in my regime. Bounty said it's a no. And him take back him support. Even Bounty Killer, and you know Bounty Killer is two things. One, Bounty Killer is the general. When him speaking of dancehall music, is like the whole dancehall fraternity go whoo, over the South part him there. And on top of that, with his influence, you know, when Bounty said no, majority of dancehall fans, which is younger generation and Jamaican, and even the older ones in Bounty's group and up, they were like, nah, that's not our style. We don't do stuff like that. So people were taking their support back, and they were publicly doing it on social media. Me lose off of you, my youth. What kind of big Batman thing this year going with in a Migla competition? You couldn't just sing. I guess to reach this level, you have to give us some cheeks or something in order for, you know, people were beating them. So, end of the day, Dalton went through all that. Now remember, he might go through things with his mother at the same time. His mother is in the media face like on a regular basis. I do interview, talk out the man, and they're asking his mom the whole time. She's talking about, my boyfriend never beat up Dalton and went there. And then everybody, the media people are like, they're so cruel sometimes. They're like, yeah, so what you have to say about the sexuality of your son? You know, like people are saying him got away there. And now she's forced to defend. And I remember his mom saying, oh, Dalton, no, Dalton a girl, you know. Dalton, me have to literally beat him and pull him off a girl picnic one time. Him did a grow up or pull girl off him or something like that, she was saying. So she even went in extra trying to save, you know? Yeah. Side story real quick. I had a brethren who had a son. The whole time the brethren's son had grow up, all of us was like, we're not saying it to him, but we said to each other, you know? We said to each other, said, something's off about my boy or son. And, you know, his dad used to be like, him son a gallus, because this is Florida. He growing up here, right? So he hang around with all girls, and he would have sleepovers. And these would be teenage girls that come sleep over the house. I'm going to talk about the whole cheerleading squad was his friend. One day a brethren, and the next brethren looked at me and said, yo, am I one of the girls, you know? I said, nah. I said, he probably running through them like crazy. He said, no. You know, she said, all of the girls, them white, and he's black. It don't go down like that. He's one of the girls. They feel safe around him and think. All right. This was like, the youth was like 14, 15 at the time. Yeah, we had gossip about people picnic. We had worked together. Few years pass. I'm in Walmart, and I kid you not, me see a man come in and go so, and do some fanboy and stuff so, and him loud and anyways, and me look up, and it was him, and he was with somebody else that was even more flamboyant, and I was stuck. I was stuck because I watched the kid grow, and you know, him used to, his dad. I don't know if I explain it. It was just a shocking moment for me. You know, again, how people want to live their life is none of my business. But people were trying to tell his dad from day one. So I hadn't spoken to his dad in a while. And then when we see him father now recently, his father was like, the first thing came out of his mouth soon as, and I hadn't seen this man in a while. He never said, yo, SouFlo, how you doing? Yo, brother, my sister, you do good and this and that. Nothing like that. He came out with, you know, let's use a fake name. He said, you know, Rashad came out on Facebook, right? Just out the blue, him not say, hi, man, I haven't seen you in a while or nothing. His dad is so concerned that everybody now knows, and he was the last to know. So he was like, You know, Rashad came out on Facebook, right? Me play dumb. I said, came out? What you mean came out? Like, what? He said he came out as Gabe in to everybody. He told his mom didn't tell me. He came out on Facebook, and that's how everybody knew. I'm scrolling Facebook one day. Somebody said, go look on Facebook. Your son just came out. And I'm like, what? And I looked, and it was him. I couldn't tell the man to me, didn't know already. I never, because did you see him at Walmart that day? You know, and that was his senior year of high school. His senior year of high school, he came all the way out. And he never business no more when nobody did want to say or anything. More power to him. You choose not to live him life in our closet and be cowered down by other people. And hey, wrong or right, that's between him and the Most High. Him come all the way out. But people start from then. So just like in Dalton's case now, where people were saying from back then, trust me, that him is. Do you see all the fight and the different levels it took before Dalton actually got to admittance? We're going to get to that. Xfactor show. 2018, he was crowned the winner. The international competition wasn't his first. In one digital rising star. Nobody now work with him at Jamaica. Him doing thing behind the scenes anyway. Still made it overseas. Won that big competition. Ain't no singing competition in Jamaica where you're walking off with 145,000 pounds. None. This was huge for him, right? This was life-changing. Finally, he was at a place now where he could I get some help and really come out and talk about whatever was plaguing his life and all these things. After the famous victory, the singer also came out as a pansexual on social media in 2020, opening up about his sexuality and struggles with his mental health. All right. Pansexual. I covered that story. I had to go look up what that was because me know bisexual, me know trisexual, me know all them other sexual what them did I do and use. But then when I saw that Dalton came out as a pansexual, it was printed in an official print. A media house that can be trusted. A huge name media house that has a lot to lose. And I thought, this can't be fake. Because they would never put this on the front page. So me go look up, no, where pansexual was. Lo and behold, basically the man did I say him there with anybody as long as him heart say pitter pat for that person. You know what I'm saying? He basically it's explained like this. I don't fall in love with the outside of a person. So gender does not matter. So if me and a man a vibe and the vibes feel right, then we take it there. If me and a woman a vibe and the vibes feel right, then we take it there. Shortly after he came out as pansexual, he released pictures. Now go look at the icon that I made for this video. You will see him hug up with the white youth, and that I did a man. Those were the pictures. They were sitting on a couch. Dalton was playing with his hair and run fingers over face and all this. And I said, Bounty is not seeing this because I'm glad him saying take back him support. Given what he stands for. Given what he stands for. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying given what Bounty stands for, I could imagine him there somewhere say, I see it. I told you. But anyhow, the star has since shared his gratitude for his supportive fans, revealing that the term pansexual has been searched a record number of times in his home country of Jamaica. And you can get these demographic searches, algorithms online to see if it's true. So when him said, pansexual away him gone, the whole of Jamaica jump on Google. And the whole of Jamaica wanted to know what is. Because we don't know nothing when name so we have to go find out what is. And they did. He is now, listen to this, Dalton Harris is now an advocate for LGBTQIA rights. Boy, I did telling you the other day, I said this thing I get longer and longer and longer. One time I did hear about LGBT. Next thing me hear about LGBTQ. Now me hear about LGBTQI. And now is LGBTQIA. It a go take up the whole of the alphabet, my friend. LG just go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, people them. Cause I got it there. But anyhow, again, for them thing, he is now a staunch advocate for the LGBTQIA rights. So if ever he was out before, is now. I suspect that where he's living, he's able to do so, and he's freely doing so. And also, he wants to be free. He don't want to walk around in his life with no more secret to make him feel like him want to take him own life and all these things. So he's, if you don't like it, bite it, kind of thing. After his famous victory, he came out as a pansexual. Pansexual search on Google hit record numbers among Jamaican population. The star has since shared his gratitude with his supportive fans, revealing that he, the whole thing. In the meantime, he appears to be maintaining a good relationship with his mother. That's a good look. Sylvia Campbell, with whom he once had a tumultuous relationship. He had a lot of stuff going on. He was holding it in. Things that her boyfriend did to him and these kind of things, and he was holding all these things in. So, and I'm glad to see that their relationship has patched up. He's in a good space now with his mother, Sylvia Campbell, with whom he had a tumultuous relationship. The loving mother-son bond was mended 2 years ago, bringing an end to the feud that had started after both individuals had relayed personal details of their rocky relationship to the media in 2018. The media came out, the mom came, some things were said from Dalton. The crowd was beating her badly. I bet you want him now. I bet you want him now because I'm up on world stage. I bet you'll check for him now more than ever because him win some big money. I bet you don't know the workless nasty parents stay and all that. And the woman came out and she was like, I'm not going out like this. You're not going to style me like this. Dalton wasn't short for nothing. I was there. I did the best I could, blah, blah, blah. And then Dalton came back and then she came back and it was a nasty back and forth in the media, which never did look too good. So end of the day, I'm glad to say at least him and his mother are now on, because these are the things that really matter in life, To be real, I don't really care about the man's sexuality. I would more care about his mental health and his relationship with his mom. Life is short as hell, right? And they're in a good place now. The rocky relationship came to an end 2 years ago. I believe he flew into Jamaica. He got to sing on a large platform. And he was saying like, this is the first that they ever invited him to such a big platform and thing, and it was monumental for him because this is what he always wanted to do in Jamaica on a big stage, big show. And the whole talk was, will he be accepted? Because he actually did it after he came out as pansexual and all these other things. He went to Jamaica, he performed. It was thousands of people in attendance, 5 people up front clap for him, so, and that was it. What does that tell you? Harris appeared to tease his mother with a tongue-in-cheek joke about a private conversation between the two, and then say, I love you, mommy, and you are very immature for the screenshot that you are threatening me with, LOL. He closed his statement by urging his followers to keep your vibrations high and appreciate your inner beauty and appreciate and love who you are. And he said, I love you all more than words can I ever express. Big love. And that's the end of that. He never speak much about his daughter. He didn't say when she was born. He didn't say if she was adopted or this is his biological child. He didn't say if him out of the pansexual thing and him in a relationship with a woman now. Now remember, pansexual means woman or man, sexually fluid. So him end up with a woman and get a baby. Is he still with men? We don't know. None of that was discussed. He just said, I'm a father. I have a daughter now and all that. And from what I can remember, he had a niece before, his sister's child. And they were saying that, he was the most amazing uncle in the world. And any day come that he gets his own child, I'm absolutely sure he's going to be an amazing father. And I hope that's still the same. We live in a world now that's, children are being raised by 2 moms, and 2 dads. Them even have a show up on TV where the child is being raised by 2 dads. So it's that time on earth, Yes, bro, the nonsense kept it real and moving. My back not hurting. Jane Ander. Soldier, that me a thing too. Pick me, I got confused. Wanna think? Wanna think the child is gonna be confused, or wanna think that the child is gonna be well adjusted in this world? I'd never consider it to be a normal man, and man can't procreate. You know, I know one thing for sure. When I heard that he had a daughter, or when I read that he had a daughter recently, or got a daughter recently, me know say I never him have it. And I know it wasn't a man that had it for him. So obviously, some woman is in there. Let me tell you something. Different strokes for different folks. There are relationship dynamics out here that you would look at and go, huh? Like, for instance, man has both a man and a woman, and they all know about each other. They even share the same residence and these kind of things. I don't know why people would be into that, but people are into these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And I saw them choose to live their life. So I go artificial insemination. Boy, bro, Shaka, I don't know, I don't think so. I think it's a girl. Cause if Dalton wanted to be a gallus, Dalton could definitely be a gallus. If him didn't want to be gallus. In other words, then there's no shortage of women when it comes to Dalton Harris. Like him can pull some girls, and I've seen him pull some girls, especially over in the UK. Him pull some girls, some beautiful girls. Right? I mean, I talk about beautiful girls who have them own things. That's not like them. I look upon them and say, me need a visa to fly out and go for it. And somebody go and like, say me like you, and your bottom man lifestyle. I mean, or your pansexual lifestyle. It's not like that. Females are genuinely just drawn to him. You know, so it's not hard for him to find a woman where would I want to have a child for him. I don't think artificial insemination. I think he probably actually had a relationship with a female. And maybe his relationship with the male guy that he showed us back then, maybe the relationship they're done and he went to a female. Here's the thing. When Dalton was about to win Xfactor, there were a lot of people that said this. He's going to win. Because him sit down on the youth lap, that was his crowning. That was him showing them that he's willing to play game and go their way. And then there must be more going on behind the scenes. And they're gonna give it to him. I mean, he's talented, yes, but them no want a roughneck talented in a them circle. Them no want a alpha / aggressive / that kind maybe make them feel threatened kind of in their circle. They wanted somebody who was softened in so many ways, yeah, and vulnerable and all these things and going through something and all these things. It's the story that sells, not necessarily the talent. And you know, I paid attention to that when people were saying that. I mean, I said to myself, but him could have win off a talent alone. But talent alone never sells. Remember, Alkaline did have to put in 2 black eye and say he had his eyeballs tattooed, and he did have to hold that true. Everywhere him go, he had to put that in before him go out the door. And he did that for 2 years. And in the 2 years, he was able to put out a whole heap of music, solidify himself in the thing, and then him take it out and go outside. And it was a media storm. Oh, we saw Alkaline at the party last night. The brother, a fake I'm having. See real picture here. I covered that all from back then, you know. So I had the pictures too, and they're posted on SouFLoTV as well. Because everybody was wanting to believe that he actually went that much against the grade, that your eyeball get tattooed. And I remember that was his last interview on stage with Winfred Williams. He said he flew in a specialist tattoo artist from the US to tattoo his eyeball. Winfred said, that's a lot of money, man. They're making that much money already. I mean, that's a lot of money. Him say, yeah, man, yes, man. Blah, blah, blah. And then him never go back on Winford Williams after that on his show. So, you know, talent don't always sell itself. It's controversy and these kind of stories that go along with the talent that sells. If you have good talent and then you put the controversy with it, you could become a superstar. If you have beer controversy and no talent, then you become a tabloid piece. You become gossip material, you know? And that was one of my biggest fears for Dalton Harris, was that such an amazing talent was going to just become a tabloid piece. I think he was doing Broadway for a while. And I'm like, yes, I was rooting for him. Like, he's going somewhere. Still, you know, you're not selling records, but you're doing Broadway. So that's another check coming in. And that's another avenue. And that's another audience. And he's spreading his wings and expanding and flying. I just didn't want to see the talent go to waste. You know, I never want to see him become a tabloid piece. I remember when Gully Bop drop off. I know if Gully Bop said this in cuss me rotted. In cuss me rot. You know, Gully Bop feisty. Up under your mother quick enough. But remember when Gully Bop drop off. Gully Bop drop off because he became a tabloid piece. He became a YouTube entertainment piece. People would tune in every day to YouTube to see which woman I fling out Gully Bop today or which woman him a run left today and who he is with now. And rotted him left the mad one and go take up one mother one and all this. And nobody wanted to really hear his music anymore, really. You know? So I'm a little afraid for Dalton for that. Like, I didn't want to become that. But, hey, man, every man choose them own road and walk them own road and these kind of things. Honestly, from me, I just wish him all the best. I hope he's the best father this little girl could ever possibly have. And I hope she grow up to have stability and all the good things in life. Not true? And for Dalton, I wish him to be in a good headspace so him not off himself, because those are the sad stories. When people come before you with their problems, most human beings ridicule and have a bunch of stuff to say. And then when we hear the sad story ending, like them kill themselves, that's when we start talking about remorse. So I'm not throwing no stone in his direction or nothing like that. You know, most Jamaicans would say him shaky or him gone on the shaky side, but it's his life. A film life to live. And I mean say live and let live. Not true? So with that said, congratulations to Dalton Harris. He is now a dad. Don't know the dynamics of it, what relationship he is in, how him get the picnic or nothing. Don't care neither. Him better not confuse the child. Boy, the child are gonna grow up how the child grew up here, man. The child is gonna go. Vicky Victory says, why would any woman be with a Batman? Vicky, people have their thing that they're into. It tickle them fancy. Whatever tickles them fancy, I feel literal. Whatever tickles them fancy, I feel them think that. It might not be what you and I are into, but is whatever tickle for them fancy is that them inner, and more power to them. And whatever tickle them fancy. If it give them kicks, then make them want to do it. Me can't understand neither why. But hey, I'm not them. So me wouldn't know. You know? With that said, enough of Dalton this morning. I could talk about Beres Hammond now on a lighter note. All right. Godfather of Lovers Rock, Beres Hammond. I could switch up the thing like a bit quick there. What's your favorite Beres Hammond song? For me, I think my favorite Beres Hammond song is One Dance. One Dance. What one dance can do? One Dance. Jamaica Godfather of Lovers Rock, Beres Hammond is on the road again with his, this is called the Solid Love Tour. I think you can Google the Solid Love, Beres Hammond. No disturb sign. No disturb sign is wicked. Rockaway. Oh man. Putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it out. You know, when I know, sir, anytime I go see Beres and I sing out, me like a throat, you know. And if you never seen Beres Hammond perform live, like I was gonna say earlier, the legends, this is a living legend himself. Beres Hammond is a testament to well-seasoned, to constructive music, putting in good work from day one, building a solid catalog. and it's standing the test of time. Because this man music only get better with time. And here's the thing, it gains more value with time. Beres Hammond can really say today, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So if you want to book a Beres Hammond, him have enough talk, because he can literally come to you and say, listen, I pack stadiums and arenas. You can't pay me no little petty money. You pay me what I'm worth. And who can argue with that? Right? Longevity. See, a lot of our artists, man, you see them 10 years down the road and you not even remember them used to do music, you know? And all the hype is gone and all the one bag of woman is gone and them have 20 picnic by 19 different women and them have a long list of things to pay for that they can't afford and them just gone back under the, you know, and to see Beres Hammond out here like this, he's just getting, and I don't know if you ever seen him live. When me say, he's a master. He's truly a master. I've seen Beres Hammond live now more times than I can actually really count. And I'm excited that he's on this US tour. This US tour will take him through 13 cities. It kicked off last Friday, August 12th. And it runs until September 4th. And he's got from August 12th to September 4th, this man I go to 13 cities. Listen, you have to fit to do them kind of something here. Okay? This is waking up, going, band, everybody, pack up, move in, next venue, next state, next city, next. He's doing 13 from August 12th to September 4th. And me never see Beres Hammond on a stage yet where he came out and said, I'm tired enough, I'm weak. Or his body language says, I don't really want to do this. Me not like it no or nothing. Every time I see the man is like me see him for the first time. Every time I see him, it's like the same sound that you hear on the record is projected from that stage. There's no, you know, some artists when you see them in person, you're like, I know so the song sound. The song don't sound nothing like, it's not even my favorite song no more. Because you're up there, check out the song and it don't sound so. Not Beres Hammond. Beres Hammond, every song. And the thing that's beautiful about being in a Beres Hammond concert, every time I've seen him, it was outside, under good weather, clear skies, packed park, and everybody is singing. All who not sing is who is not there. Everybody are sing, from the biggest, toughest man in there, right down to whoever else is in there. Everybody is singing. All if you can't remember the words, then you go home through the part there and then catch the word them that you remember and these kind of things. And when to see the park swaying like that, oh man. And Beres work with the band. So the band move like with his body. I don't know. And him just full of energy. Jump up and, you know, run around. And me I say, yo, Father Beres, me want age like you. Me want age like a hot boy. Me want age. Just like that. You know, the man outfit them ever look good. Him ever look like him bringing the breeze to you. It's like he's a whirlwind of a Caribbean breeze that's coming through. Anybody here can testify who've seen him. Every single thing that I'm saying is true. The whole park is about to rock away. Any which part him there. So, with that said, be on the lookout. I don't have, let me see. Last Friday, Beres and his entourage played at the College Street Theater in New Haven, Connecticut on Saturday. And it was the NJ Pack in New Jersey. And last night, the reggae crooner jammed inside the Ford Amphitheater at Coney Island Boardwalk in Brooklyn, New York. This is huge. These venues are not little venues. So I said the Ford Amphitheater at Coney Island Boardwalk in New York. And then among the other venues are Payomet Performing Arts Center in Truro, MA, and Chevalier Theater, Medford, Massachusetts, in Boston, the RFK Stadium Festival Grounds, Washington, D.C., Androme Music Hall, Androme, PA, Norva, Norwalk, Virginia, Mount Convention Center, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Osis Shriner Auditorium, Charlotte, North Carolina, Cobb Energy Pack, Atlanta, Georgia, Arena, Theater Broward Center, Fort Lauderdale. See, no, I'm in my place. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the Hard Rock Cafe live in Orlando, Florida. These are the venues. Over the course of his 50-year-long career, golly, Beres has poured his smoky, sweet voice over every kind of rhythm track, from the funked-up reggae jam in the 70s fusion band Zap Pow to the lush instrumentation of his 1976 album Soul Reggae, to the spare digital beat of his 85 dancehall breakthrough What One Dance Can Do. What One Dance Can Do. Yo, that song there, What One Dance Can Do, hold up. You see that song there? That song there actually had me thinking from way back when as a youth. Because one time we used to go dance, you see? Any man in a dance I talk about, I don't mind if my woman dance with the next man and all this. You haven't heard Beres Hammond One Dance. You have not heard Beres Hammond's What One Dance Can Do. If you think it's safe for your woman to go dance with next man, you obviously haven't heard what Beres Hammond said in One Dance. All right. Anything can go on, my friend. So no, she can't dance with no next man. She turn up in there and dance by yourself. I don't care if it's girls' night out and I'm not there. You a dance by yourself. Yeah, dance by your girlfriend. No next man, nothing. One Dance Can Do. Anytime you hear what One Dance Can Do, you will change your mind about if she can dance with next man or not. Step aside now. Another man wants to take over. No, sir. Oi, yo, I tell you, in 1990, the album A Love Affair for Donovan Germain's Penthouse label raised his popularity to new heights. Cuts like Tempted to Touch and Who Say with Buju Banton, Who Say That Big Man Don't Cry. Those are still as effective in the dancehall today as they were back then. I saw Buju and Beres perform together on a Love and Harmony cruise. And boy, you know, so when time good music is made, it really does stand the test of time. Even when all the hype drown it out in current time, and you're like, yeah, man, make music, but we're not hear from him. Watch down the road when it make a major resurface. See? And then all the ones that were hyping and blocking that disappear. There are songs that we're hyping up to now, that we're listening to now. I guarantee you 5 years from now, we're not going to want to hear that song. Either because some of we are going to have small kids around, we are going to have grand picnic around, we are going to have whatever we have around us, or just not sound pleasing to the ear anymore. You know? Even you probably are going to think, what the hell was I thinking? Why did you think that sound good in our song? Not these kind of songs. Beres Hammond, Buju Banton, they're making timeless music, my friend. Timeless music. You're going to be 80, 90 if you live that long, 100. And put on them music here if we can still hear. I'll put on them music here. Turn up me hearing ear there. Me hear some Beres round there, so I play. I Beres that? Yes, I Beres. Well, I sing. I the one dance in the sing round there, you know. That song them make me realize that. That's gonna be my conversation, but that song they make me realize that. Turn up me hearing here then. So it all go. So shout out to Brother Beres Hammond, you know, legendary in the flesh. And if you have a chance, do yourself a favor and go see him. See him? All right. Just had to make that shout. The next one now that we're gonna roll off into is 6 Trinidadians, including a cop, charged in an attack on the world javelin champ Anderson Peters. Boy, them beat the man there. But I swear it wasn't him alone getting beaten. I mean, now play the video again because I just don't want to. I don't want YouTube actually see the video and say, oh, you're, you know, inciting violence or glorifying violence or playing something where someone is being hurt on video. This is not the old YouTube. Old YouTube, man skateboard and broke them foot in a half, literally bone bust through skin. You could play it on YouTube. Can't do that anymore. Can't deal with anybody getting hurt in videos anymore. They flag your whole channel. Some of you who've been here for a long time, you remember I did a video I titled the video, "This is how we love each other." I was trying to raise awareness within our community, right, about how we treat each other, and then we expect other people to treat we good. And it was a mass grave, and they were just them line up the man them, and them just execute them. Bam, gunshot in them head, kick them in the grave. Everybody get one shot and fling in the grave. Some of them, the shot like miss the head and graze the back of the head. Him get fling in the grave same way. So he's suffering from a gunshot wound to the head, but it's not one where lick out him whole brain one time. So he's still, and body I get thrown on top of you. And then someone was filming down in the grave, and there were people, I mean, it's gruesome. People were there garking and choking upon them own blood. Me don't know why, but I wanted for everybody to see this. Like, look at how we do each other. And then we want other people to respect us as a people and love us as a people when we can't even love ourselves. That's the first time I got a YouTube ban, and I could not go live for 3 months. Couldn't go live. Couldn't do what I'm doing now for 3 months straight. And a warning came with it that said, if you do this again, we're going to take away your channel, period. So people that get beat up, box up, kicked down and them thing there, that's the reason why I cannot show. I've seen other channels on YouTube do these things, but I'm guessing these channels are not monetized. These channels are not working with YouTube, right? So my channel works with YouTube. Their channel is probably not. You just put up a channel, post anything you want to post. YouTube take a while to get to it. But for us, you're monitored, like severely monitored. So stuff like that, I can't post it. People are still saying, SouFLo, so post it now, y'all is a talk about them, something I post them. Another explanation why I can't. Anyway, shout out to the Observer. This story, it turns out, was exactly how the caller said it was. It was a rift between these two people, and a bunch of ego was involved. They didn't treat the man like no star. Remember, I know him just come back from World Champs, where all the best athletes in the world meet to see who is the dominant, who is the best, who is the gold, silver, or bronze, all this. And he came away with the gold for javelin. Honestly, I thought it was white people that dominated javelin. I didn't even know that Grenada had a world champion. So big up to Grenada, of course, our sister island. That's another island in the Caribbean Sea. Them have a gold medalist in the world championship. And him go back to the Caribbean, go get beat up. Proper beating stuff. St. George, Grenada, MCM. 6 Trinidadians will appear in the magistrate court here on Monday. This is today. They will appear in court today. They were arrested shortly after it happened in connection with an incident involving Grenada's world-class athlete Anderson Peters, including a police officer. In a statement, the Royal Grenadian Police Force said 6 men who were all crew members of the pleasure boat Harbor Master, they were involved in an incident on Wednesday night of last week. The 6 people, you know how Caribbean people stay and give your name and everything, unless you're famous, unless you're rich and well-connected, then them just tell the story without telling them about your name and age. So the 6 people there give their name and everything. Noel Cooper, 42. He's the captain of the vessel. Him did out there beat the man too. The captain of the vessel was out there beating him. John Alexander, 55. Michael John, 35. Lance Wiggins, 45. And a 28-year-old Sean Jack. They're all charged with 1 count each of grievous bodily harm and stealing. While Abiola Benjamin, who is 40 years old and a police officer in Trinidad, he was charged for assaults on Peters. The statement said that Alexander, John Cooper, Wiggins, and Jack, they were charged for causing harm to Peter's brother as well. So I know Peters alone, because I was wondering when I was watching the video, me see Peters I get beat up, but me see our next man get thumping in him jaw, and I was like, are they like fighting each other now, or? But it turns out that his brother was there as well, and his brother get a beating too. Earlier, the lawyer representing Peters executed a warrant of arrest off the vessel, which is owned by Barbados-based company. According to official court documents sent to the chief immigration officer, the Grenadian Port Authority, and Comptroller of Customs, the harbor master, that vessel should not be cleared for sailing until they individually receive instructions from the acting registrar of the Supreme Court. So they grounded the vessel. The vessel is owned by Tall Ship Barbados, Inc. And as a result of the arrest warrant, it is officially seized as a part of a civil lawsuit involving the athlete and his brother and a police officer. The two men were on board the vessel for a special fete cruise last Wednesday night when a brawl broke out. The people have not provided details of the incident that occurred while the vessel was... No, nobody not talk. Nobody is saying what exactly caused it. The athlete who recently medaled gold at the World Championships in the United States and then went on to win silver just after that at the Commonwealth Games in the UK, he was thrown overboard and he had to be rescued. The harbor master, this is what I said. I don't know if them lick him on them short ribs and him couldn't extend to swim or what, but they said that when he got thrown in the water, he wasn't able to swim out of that water. People did have to go rescue him out of the water. So the man could have well drowned. He could have drowned. The harbor master is a Trinidadian pleasure boat. In a statement said that while it does not condone acts of violence of any kind and understand the public concern and overall sensitivity of the situation, the full details surrounding the incident are still forthcoming, and it is working with the relevant authorities to gain a clearer understanding of exactly what took place on that boat that day. And that's where them ended. So right now, the vessel gets seized. A police officer is involved. A big lawsuit is involved. And I think that Anderson Peters is going about this the right way. This is the way how Jack Ure should have went about his business, right? Lawyer in hand, lawyer up, and take it to court. However, I don't think them could have done that and lick Jack Ure. Although, somebody did thump down Jack Ure over, it was over a woman. And I covered that. That was back in the day. Somebody thumped down Jack Ure over not Barbados, over Bahamas. It was in a hotel lobby. I don't know if y'all remember that. I was going to say this couldn't have been Jack Ure because Jack Ure had hot. And he would have cut up a man in there if he had to, but I don't know. Somebody got to him in the Bahamas and knocked him out in a hotel lobby. And I remember Jack Ure came around and he make a video for social media. And he says, and the video wouldn't show him face. It would show like from here down, first. And it says, and it showed like the food, the exotic foods he's eating. And he was bragging about where he was staying for the night and how much thousands of dollars it costs to stay here. And I am blessed, and does it look like I'm stressed and all this? And so we started to look on the video like, maybe I'm not Jack Ure, maybe I just somebody will look like him. Then eventually it all came out that it was him. So I said a few chosen words to somebody's woman, and the rest was history. Them knock him out. He's not hard to knock out either. Them people that will kill you though, because them can't fight, because them little. So it's blade in your belly and all these things. Anyway, more power to Anderson Peters. I feel bad for him because when you represent your nation to that level and come home, you expect some kind of, welcome. Any part in the Caribbean. It's like Usain Bolt. If Usain Bolt got Trinidad right now, he's well received. If him got Grenada, Guyana, Antigua, Barbuda, anywhere in the Caribbean right now, Dominica, he is well received. So I would expect the same for Anderson Peters. Only thing is, we never know. We never know, brother. And probably if them did know, them wouldn't beat him like that. But that's it. The last one for the morning now, Lisa Hanna. So Lisa Hanna is stepping down from representational politics. See? Let me make this abundantly clear. PMP, JLP, none of them is for me. I'm not into any of them because I've seen the same result from both parties throughout my entire life. I'm a big man now, and I've seen the same things from me a picnic till now. Some patrol up on the road, the McLaren, and I say, man, your car dropping at them, your car lost, Forget about front end mashup, your car lost, some precipice. Then I say that up to this day, me feel like say I want them to wait for more bus for turn over there and more people dead off over there. Like, when are they going to do anything about? These are things that I've seen since I was little. Traveling the same road them. You know, sit down at St. Thomas the other day, them have a big pool out of the people them just bring out them floaties and just start floating in the middle of the road here, so because we have to just adapt to overcome, you know. So I'm not for any of them, but I found the Lisa Hanna stuff quite interesting because some people are saying she's forced out of politics because half of the people them in there, in her party, in her constituency, have bad relationships with her and they don't even speak to her. Others are saying it's a woman thing. And because she was a female that got that position, everybody had a problem about how she delegate, how she lead, and how she manage. It's her managerial style, which caused a bad relationship. I'm thinking to myself, her constituency, a turnover, is sinking fast. Because while they're posting this story about her leaving, right under that, a double murder happened yesterday again, right there. And that used to be one of, if not the most peaceful place in Jamaica. So to see that turn up now with double murder, triple murder, next murder, every day almost. Every week you're guaranteed to have a few from a place that barely ever had. So it's like, hey, you know, it's like, it's not looking good on my record, not looking good on my resume. But I didn't really want to talk about her leadership and all this stuff. I wanted more to talk about her life. Because people are saying, and I'm thinking at the end of the day, she has a choice. It's a job. And if she feel like, hey, I stepped into politics, now I'm going to step out of politics and do something else with myself, she has all right to do so, right? Lisa was Miss World in 1993. High accomplishment to be crowned Miss World. You can be Miss Jamaica, you know. You can be Miss Pageant Queen, and you can be Miss Coca-Cola or Miss whatever from around the corner. But when you get crowned Miss World, that's huge. So she represented Jamaica and she won Miss World for Jamaica in 1993. She got married in 1999 in the USA to somebody who is from the USA. She got divorced in 2004. That person's name is David Panton. Very interesting character. And she had one child with David Panton. A lot of people don't even know that she has a child. In other words, then, I'm showing you that she has a life outside of politics. See it? She was remarried in 2017. And if you look at the icon for this picture, you will see that picture that I used, the person that she's standing next to is her husband, right? His name is Richard Lake. I did all kind of research just because I was curious. Because you know me in a people business, sometimes somebody curious. I want to know like how much older is he than Lisa Hanna. Just curious. Because him look like our grandfather, right? No, Mr. Lake, no disrespect. So I'm just saying there's an obvious age difference and it shows, right? And I was wondering, like, is this really her husband? So I'm gonna go look. If you see more picture, and I book up in the wedding picture them and everything, so which confirmed that yes, this is him. I wouldn't want to put a picture up here of her and her grandfather, and people are like, so Flo, you see all you? Look how you run gone with the girl and her grandfather picture. I talk about her husband. That get your story straight, man. So I'm fearful of things like those. Mind you, that is why I bring credible information all the time. It's out of fear of being found to be not credible, and I don't want that. So I go dig and run up in the wedding picture them and all these things, and I'm like, okay, that's him. I want to know what he does. I want to know how old he is. I want to know when them relationship they start and all these things. It's funny. They are quick to throw Lisa Hanna's birth date out there in almost every article, but not his. Not once. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
You hear?
All right, hearing you loud now.
All right, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have something wrong. David Panton also married a Jamaican who was in politics as well. I think he was running for something like that. Somebody can type it in the comments.
David Panton is a Jamaican, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but he is of the upper echelon of Jamaica.
Definitely.
Yes, he is of the upper crust. We're going to get into that. Me have
Yes,
him whole file. Me I gonna read it out in a minute.
All right, we don't know about that.
Yeah, but thanks for the correction, because I did say he's an American. What I meant to say was they got married in America.
Okay, well, yes, no problem.
All right. All right. All right, man.
My husband went on there with Miss Universe Trinidad. I think he was bringing something into that.
What you have with on? You have one speaker or Bluetooth or something? Because you don't sound clear at all. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah, the speaker.
All right. All right. May I jump back on this now? All right. All right. So you see how quick you get corrected? I love my audience for that though, because we don't do fake news and we don't do salacious stuff and pass it around like it's real. If it's a rumor, we say it's a rumor. If we're not sure, we say we're not sure. If it's factual, we say yes, it is, and this is where we got it from. Me like that kind of clarity here. You see how quick me get corrected? I had to correct you because I think you made a mistake here. She was absolutely right. They got married in the US. However, he is Jamaican, but he is from the upper crust, it's said, the upper echelon of Jamaica. Femme family come from the tip of the top. See? So she had high, and I mean, why not? Girl can make, I mean, if you became Miss World, it don't make no sense. You go date Johnny from down on Matches Lane, or go date, you know what I say, you have to go up there, so you're rubbing elbows with the who's of who's right now. So, made perfect sense. Anyhow, a little bit about those, which I found very interesting. So, meet Lisa Hanna's husband, David Panton, and the children. I don't know which children, because it's one child. Jamaican politician Lisa Renee Shanti Hanna first gained prominence as a beauty queen. Hanna was crowned Miss World in 1993. She becoming the third Jamaican to win the title. She was preceded by Carol Joan Crawford in 1963, who was also the first woman of color to win the title, and Cynthia Jean Cameron Breakspear, which is Junior Gong's mother. Bob Marley, Junior Gong, in 1976. Hanna was the first Jamaican in almost 2 decades to win that title, and it would take another 2 decades for another Jamaican to succeed her, with the 2019's Tony and Sai, who is with Popcorn right now as him good friend, taking her everywhere and these things. Well, Tony is from St. Thomas. Popcorn is from St. Thomas. Popcorn is like a ambassador for his parish. So him feel like Tony never got the recognition that she deserved, right? I mean, I know, pandemic, they have something to do with it and all that. So now Tony gets to travel with Popcorn, and I think they've just been to Africa and this place and that place and private jet style, and you know him have her all over the place with him now. So she'll get true star treatment. But everybody, I wonder if. But if that actually happens, me I say, hey, papi, lock it down. Yeah, because you're not getting any younger. You're in your 30s now. So you might as well go ahead and start something and see what can go on. She look like a good girl. Although people can look good and they're not really good, but she look like a good girl. And from what I know, she's from a decent family and she has standards and these things. So, you know, do something with it other than just friend me friend, if you can. After her win, Hanna followed the trend of Miss World winners joining the entertainment industry. She tried her hand at it by acting in the 1998 romantic comedy, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Did y'all know that Lisa Hanna was in How Stella Got Her Groove Back? No? Oh, Soulja says, him better move fast. Like how A$AP Rocky move with Rihanna. No, man, A$AP Rocky take years with Rihanna. Matter of fact, Rihanna take years with A$AP. Here, Soulja, here. You see that woman here? When them woman here decides if you have baby for you see, is the time. None of them now breed accidentally. All right. Them take them pill, and you can bust till morning come. Nothing is gonna happen. She go piss it out and she go about her business. Ah, when she is ready, she will ready herself. She will say it's time to have a baby, and I'm gonna have a baby by popcorn. So I'm gonna take off these thing out of my arm, or I'm gonna stop my pills, and I'm gonna start drinking my juices and start ironing up my back and getting ready, exercising and all these things, so we can have a healthy baby. I saw you go. Rihanna called a shot there. Not ASAP Rocky. He was never in control. She was. Real talk. Anyhow, my friend, after her win, Lisa Hanna followed the trend. She went into acting. I did not know that she was in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. She also tried her hand at broadcasting when in 2003 she became the host of the Jamaican talk show Our Voices, and she did a stint as a guest presenter on Extra in the United States. I think it's important for us to go over stuff like this because, you know, some people just feel like she was a pretty girl who, I don't want to say it like that. I don't know where I'll go with this already. She was a pretty girl who, find a clean way to say it, SouFlo. She was a pretty girl who, you know, her prettiness got her where she was at. Like, that's all, you know, for opportunities for you, and that's it. And it wasn't so. It wasn't so. She actually put in her work over the years and, you know, got to where she got to. Her time as the guest presenter was short in the US, and she returned to Jamaica a year later to become a communications consultant for the Hilton Hotel in New Kingston. Hanna would return to public life when she won the St. and Southeast seat as a Jamaica's National Party member in 2007 general election. I believe the next election in Jamaica, if called on time, should be 2025. We're in 2022. So all politicians have 23, 24, and then 25. That should be the deadline, unless they call election early, which I think they can do. So within the next 2 years to 3 years, 2.5 years, the next election is coming up. You guys see anyone? Anyway, so here's the part that it gets quite tantalizing. Lisa Hanna married her first husband. His name was David Panton, and they got married in 1999 in New York City, and they were married until 2004. So it lasted from 1999 to 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 6 years. Their divorce occurred in Atlanta, even though they got married in New York. Their time together coincided with Lisa Hanna's time in America, as she was in the country around the late 90s and could have met Panton while she was filming for How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And their divorce in 2004 coincides with Hanna's return to Jamaica and then her subsequent withdrawal from public life. So in other words, then the match I say she was there working on a movie and doing her own thing, and that's how she came across him. They fell in love, got married, blah blah, and then by the time all that was over, she went back to Jamaica, and they were wondering why she come back and she gone quiet. Is because she just went through a divorce, right? Going by the above suppositions, it would be feasible to believe that Panton is American, or he is someone that's based in America. Still, listen to this. Panton is a Jamaican politician from the Jamaican upper crust. Upper crust. Panton went to Princeton University and graduated at the age of 20 years old. Following this, he studied at Harvard Law School, where he was one of the only two African American or African descent presidents in the entire history of Harvard Law Review. The other person is none other than Barack Obama. So when we tell us that she reach high, she reach high. See? Panton got his PhD from Oxford University. Beer Ivy League school, them here enough. Princeton, Harvard, Oxford, all Ivy League schools. He got his PhD from Oxford University, and he is among the youngest PhD holders in the university's history. Panton is perhaps most famous for his association with American Senator Ted Cruz. The two were college roommates, and they remained the best of friends. Due to his messy divorce with Hanna, Panton's political aspirations came to nothing, to naught. But he is still active from behind the scenes as Ted Cruz's unofficial advisor. Lisa Hanna had one child with him, David Panton, and that child name is Alexander. And Alexander was born in 2001. Alexander is currently doing volunteer work after enrolling in a solidarity camp in 2018 after having entered for Ted Cruz in Texas and traveling to Cuba. Alexander seemed to follow in his parents' footsteps in the political world. And Hanna suffered as much as Panton did during this messy divorce, as most of their dirty laundry was aired out to the public. Along with the custody battles and the tabloid pieces, Hanna disappeared from public life, and her return in 2007 was seen as triumphant by the public. So she went through some things, right? The divorce wasn't pretty. The whole of them business went out into the streets, and she couldn't take it. So, sometimes you need a break from all these things. You need a break to go recoup, When a relationship ends that you've invested so much in, whether you did wrong or right, or who did wrong and who are right and right, you have to go get yourself back together. Center yourself again. Especially if you're somebody that is ambitious, progressive, productive, or these things can weigh you down. So she come back and hide out. Pussy galore says she mad out. But I don't know if she mad out, She certainly has the resources to go lay down on a couch and talk to a shrink, which most of us don't have, or talk to a psychologist or psychiatrist. I don't know. I don't think she didn't mad out. I think it was just that what was needed. Sometimes you just have to take care of yourself and go deal with your mental health first. See? But Pussy Galore says she did mad out. Really? Pussy Galore? She didn't mad out? I mean, I don't know nothing to laugh about. Kaitaja Empress says, not mad out. However, emotional abuse is very real and draining. Yeah, man, she'd have to go take a quiet moment, forget herself, center herself back again on these things. Now, after winning the seat for St. Anne Southeast, she was positioned as a member of parliament for the constituency. I'm telling us right now, St. Anne, like, it's a turnover. She's among the youngest women to be elected to the Jamaican parliament as well. Still very ambitious, still making big moves. Following a surge in popularity due to her serving as an opposition spokesperson on information, youth, and culture up to December of 2011. That's the position she served in before she took up this one. Hanna was an appointed Minister of Youth and Culture, and during her tenure in the role, she developed what's called the Green Paper for the National Youth Policy 2015 to 2030, which aims to address the needs of young people through various partnerships with the public and private sector, youth organizations, NGOs, faith-based organizations, academia, and with Jamaica's international development partners. So this was her brainchild then, how to help the youths them and how to further them. Some other highlights of her political career: the National Foster Care Program revamping and allowing the placement of over 855 young children with 800 families. Did that on her watch. And Ananda Alert System bolstering, which allowed 85% of missing children to be returned safely. Hanna shared her strategy for tackling the needs of Jamaica children at a UNICEF conference in New York City, helping Jamaica move up 52 places on the UNICEF Kids' Rights Index to be ranked 51 out of 6. This can't make no sense. To be ranked 51 out of 16 countries. Now, me left school long time, but me no know how you can get 51 out of 16. Anyhow, the Jamaican Blue and John Crow Mountain being declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lisa Hanna has a net worth of about $1.5 million, that is US, as of 2022 through her modeling, her acting, and her political work. She is also married again to Jamaica's businessman Richard Lake, and together they run Lidford Logistics, a contract manufacturing commercial warehouse and shipping operation in Mending, Jamaica. The couple married in December of 2017 in St. Andrew, Jamaica, and it was said that this man had courted her for a very long time, but she wasn't into jumping into anything again because she really got hurt before and she really took her time with this one. So the talk of the day is, oh, she got married this a whole man, yeah. See? Here's a picture of her. Let me move these out of the way. Here's a picture of her first husband with Ted Cruz. This is their college days. Let me see. This is a touchscreen computer, so I can definitely big it. All right, here we go. So this is the first husband right there. And that's Ted Cruz, and that's their college days, right? And then the now husband, Princeton, Oxford, Harvard. This is her son. And I never seen Lisa Hanna's son yet. That's her son right here. Of course, none of them here couldn't be our son. But that's her son right there. See? Take a good look. And here is the now husband. And this is the now husband right here. Carotid. See it? All right. So, some people are going to say, she secured that bag. That's what I've heard. I've heard that she secured the bag, which is why she's with who she's with. But I doubt it. I think she probably don't want to be no. I don't know. Some women are naturally drawn to older men. And of course, security plays and stability plays a big role. And then him probably have the personality that she's looking for. Like nothing much bothers him, you know? And she can actually be herself and go do her thing. And him not gonna hot up him head about it, and she not have to come home, come argue and, you know, wake up every day in a tumultuous relationship. If him temperature is right for her and these kind of things. He courted her for a long time, as far as we were told, right? And eventually, the headlines were that her longtime beau and her finally got married. So he did a paid on it for a long time. He was investing for quite some time. And eventually, he probably allows her to shine. Purple Royal. Maybe he's respectful and truly loves her SouFLo. Yeah, man, that's all of what I'm saying. Because the talk is that she married somebody that looked like our grandfather. And I think the age difference, me no know. Me did I look up trying to get his age so I can say it properly. And I couldn't find nothing on his age. I was told that he is in upper 70s, heading into the 80s, and she is 47. She just turned 47. So, you know, he's way ahead, like by 4 decades or 3 decades and change, something like that. But anyhow, you know, and people are like, come on now. she's gonna end up being his nurse one day or something like that, cause him so far ahead, however. But our people business that, and I've seen those relationships work. Whatever floats her boat and make her happy. You have people out here right now that having relationships where you have one man and one woman in it and them, one man, one woman and them, and all three of them are live together and these things. You know what I'm saying? All three of them are sleep at the same bed and do the thing the same time. So age ain't really nothing no more, as long as it's two consenting adults. And then as long as it's a healthy relationship. If she's not in there, I look like this all the time where everybody is like, wink if you need help. Jesus Christ, she looks stressed. She look miserable. You know she don't want to be in there and these kind of things. If it's not that, and I've been listening to her on social media lately, she seems very relaxed. She's teaching more. She is, she come from a place of, she wants to teach. And she is sharing more, and she is just in this place where you can tell when somebody is flowing, So that's where she's at. It's a good look for her. If it works for you, man, it works for you. Yeah. That's all I have to say. For sure, though, she never want no booger yaga. She never want no booger yaga for sure. Somebody would ask me and say, SouFLo. So y'all try to tell me, say, if your daughter come home with a man with 40 years older than she, y'all gonna accept that? I'll get back to you on that. No, but see, it's not what I accept. It's what she finds acceptable for herself, right? And after you've raised your daughter and poured all you had to pour into her, you would hope that some of that wisdom would shine through and she would make the good decision, or a good decision. I would prefer to see her with an older man than see her with somebody who is around her age group that treats her like shite. That's for sure. Somebody said her 802K set for life. Hey, she's running not his business. They run the business together. So people are, okay, so now she's saying she's stepping away from representational politics, right? There's a lot of talk out there. And it's printed. You can go read through this article yourself. I will send you to the article. The article was printed in Loop. And it says, political earthquake as PNP's Hanna walks away. It is too long for me to read here for you. I intended to read it, but it's too long. So just look up political earthquake as PNP's Hanna walks away or walking away. There's a whole lot of stuff in there. And this is the article where them talk about the individuals and them name them out who in our constituency don't even talk to her, not even hi, and used to be a big supporter of her and backed her when nobody else did and all this other stuff. They're now coming out forthright to say it's her leadership style. And, it's ruffled a lot of feathers. Others are saying she'd never stand a chance of getting reelected, and she knows it. Others are saying this is a male-dominated world that she's in, and she had one go at it, and that's about it. The kind of things that she has to put up with being in there. One other female politician was given an example of being the only female in a certain environment where the man them get together and them talk. This is a normal day at work. And the derogatory things that are said, even in their presence. And she was like, yo, that's a lot to just deal with just that. So no surprise that she's stepping away from it. She's probably stepping away for more peace of mind. She's probably stepping away to go focus on other things. We know now that she has big connections because it's a one thing. I'm pretty sure that her and our first husband, them good. They have a child together. Their child is being raised kind of like out of the public eye kind of thing. You don't see her parading him around and you don't see the daddy parade. We don't even know the daddy. So him low-key, the child low-key, she's doing her thing. I think she wants to go back low-key too or move on to other things. And that's what it is. But them must know. There's a lot that's being said in that article, which I wish you to read. See? All right. Politics too stressful and corrupt, says Seymour. Absolutely. And sometimes the woman want peace. She tired of it. I wouldn't give up but it's something that she's added to her resume Because now she can say, I was a member of parliament. I was a sitting member of parliament. I controlled so and so constituency and for so many years. These are all notches under your belt, right? I championed the Ananda Alert Act to come into thingy to come into act. I did this for and which ended up placing 800 orphan or 800 and something orphan children into 800 homes. I did, there's things that you do accomplish, add to your resume, and it's time to move on. Not true? Her husband is 68. All right. Bright Ideas Jones says that her husband is 68. You see how people talk, because I was told he's 70 odd. He's pushing up to 80. Me don't know. I haven't seen it anywhere. He's 68. That's 70. And she is 47. So, I mean, that's still a significant... Hey, whatever works for her, man. End of the day, I just thought it was an interesting read to see her history unfold, right? From Miss World in 93 to 2022, where she's at now. Life is a journey and it's stages. And to see her stages, very interesting, very interesting. Bro. Yo, brother. Brother, right. Y'all go read Brother Right comment, because I not read the comment out loud. I'm not read out the comment loud. But yo, on the stay someone. On the stay so. Yo, she make me cry. I'm not reading that comment out loud. I'm sorry. What on the seat that she say it, not me. Yeah. Bright Ideas Jones says age is just a number. That's true. As far as where your happiness is concerned, right? Again, if two people want that together, that's the most important part. It takes two to make it work. And if your relationship is happy, that's a good thing. And that's all everybody want is to be with their person. Somebody who you can genuinely say is your person. So them dead for you and them not go up and left you out the road. We talk about this before, how people grow and people change. And long-term relationships, this is a part that is required. You have to be able to love the person that your person is changing into. Because one thing is for certain is that they're going to change over the period of time. That's why one time people young and then talk about for the rest of my life, you have to get like a double side look, like, what the rest of your life entails. Do you think both of us are going to stay like this for the rest of your life? And then first change happened down the road is, oh my God, you're not the person I first fell in love with and met. I'm out of there. And people want quick to file divorce papers and all these things. So it's a requirement in order for a relationship to stand the test of time. You have to be able to continue to love your person, even the new person that they become. You have to find common ground with that new person, new reason to love that new person, all these kind of things. Well, see, you can't stay there and be like, stay how you are now forever. And you can't stay there and be like, change into what I want you to be only. You see what I'm saying? People have to grow. They have to become what it is that they were truly meant to become. And if you're going to do the forever ride with a person, then age ain't really the number. Age ain't really a thing. It's more about person. Not true? She went older because younger get too much damn trouble. Pussy galore. You tell a lie, I tell you, stay the old man, them Jamaican old man, the Caribbean old man period, them feel so them young. So them give beer trouble too. But at sometimes it's more about just the person, man. Just the person. You have old people who get problem just like young people who get problem. You have to meet the right person that decides, say, you know what? Them kind of something that is not a part of me, and I'm not a part of that. I'm just not that type of person, Or I've been through all that already. Been there, done it. Nothing enticing about it. Matter of fact, wish I never did half of that. Don't want to go back there, so dismiss that from my life kind of thing. If you meet that kind of person now and you match that then things can happen. Some people are look for stay at home when them wild and rotted. I saw something. Let me close this video today by saying this. I saw a female put up a video yesterday on IG, and she says, I had a whole lot of friends before until I chose to match energy. I have 2 friends left. And one is, like she said, one is my sister and one is my cousin. That's it. Everybody else is gone. Here's the deal. I don't want much energy unless that energy is positive energy, right? I would rather separate myself and go about my business. But this whole matching energy and yeah, you get what you give me kind of thing. Listen, if you're not giving me good, I'm out. Because all I'm trying to give you is good. So if you're not giving me good, I'm out. I'm not going to waste my time and spend my good self matching your. So when you come with negative energy, now me have to go muster up negative energy if you go match your energy. That's harmful to me. You see what I'm saying? So it's not every trend we need to follow about match energy. Not matching nobody negative energy. Just out of there. Separate and take with time, separate some more till we not there no more. But that matching energy stuff, leave that, man. It's not good for you. All right? You're going to go around matching negative energy with people for what? How about we just don't communicate? How about we just stay away from each other? Because our energies are total opposite. Not true? With that said, have a wonderful day. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. Yo, you behave yourself, you know. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. And I'll catch you right here tomorrow morning. I'm reading this comment section on me and then we laugh. I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV. Have a blessed day, my friend. All right, each and every one of you. One love. Peace.